What's up guys, I am back with some more StarCraft 2 action for you tonight. I have a specific reason for wanting to do this replay. I will get to that reason in a second. Let me introduce the players. We are on the map Bejeweled site. This is an MLG version of it. Not that I think there's a huge amount of difference, it might actually be the only difference. Only version even. I know what I mean. Anyway, spawning in the top right hand position we have Empire's ViOLet playing as our red Zerg. And in the bottom left hand corner we have MarineKing Prime spawning as the Blue Terran. And the reason I wanted, by the way, you may notice that my voice is slower. I'm trying to slow my voice down on purpose, so it's not that I'm drunk or high or depressed or anything. I'm just talking a bit slower because I don't want to confuse any more words, even though I've already done that so far. Anyway, point of me casting this one tonight is I received a very nice little package in the post today. I think it was on Sunday or Monday. I spent 2 hours trying to order a hoodie, right? And you can ask anybody else who was there, they were all laughing their heads off at me because I couldn't understand a Korean website. I actually ordered the Prime Clan's hoodie, you know, like the ones they wear when they're at the GSL and stuff like that. And that arrived today. So I've been sat here wearing it, playing a bit of StarCraft, feeling like MarineKing Prime, even though I don't even play Terran, but hey, I'm just that good. And so I thought, you know what, let's go see if I can find a MarineKing Prime replay. And I actually had one. I'm not sure if I was actually meant to save this replay for a special occasion or anything, but I'm going to do it now anyway because I'm feeling like MarineKing Prime. So, that's why I did that one. Moving on to the actual game, we can actually see MarineKing not actually opting to walling off just yet. And ViOLet going for a pretty fast hatch, pretty standard stuff, no cheeses coming in so far. Did actually go for quite an early gas, and ViOLet does know this, but still not opting to wall in. Not a huge issue on this map. The rush distance is surprisingly long for such what appears to be a small map. It's a lot like Daybreak. It looks a lot bigger, looks a lot smaller than what it really is. We're going to see MarineKing Prime. I'm going to go into probably a Reactor Hellion opening. We can see ViOLet. You can't actually see the factory yet. A reactor should be thrown down on the barracks right here, and then MarineKing will lift it up and swap it over. And there's the reactor going down now. So that was what the early gas was for. So we are going to see a pretty standard opener against Zerg these days. Going into Reactor Hellions into some kind of expansion or something like that. It's just a very good economic opener, and you can get in there and do so much damage, especially if you go for like a Blue Flame Hellion opener. Then you can just do as much damage as you like, and Zerg are very under a lot of pressure very early on. It's going to throw its expansion down on the low ground. Usually you don't see this. You see them throw down an expansion up here and then lift it and bring it down here once you get a few more SCVs and get a huge transfer on. But not a huge deal, just going to throw it down on the low ground. Knows he's pretty safe from any kind of early harassment. What he is doing this extractor is actually pretty good, because there's only 2 Marines, they don't have the DPS to kill this. So ViOLet is just cancelling and rebuilding the extractor every single time. It's going to let it finish this time. Slight mistake because you saw him try and click it again. Not a huge deal, but he got a huge amount of scouting information, and he's denied MarineKing that second gas for such a long time. MarineKing probably not going to use it straight away. I mean, Hellions are dirt cheap, they just cost minerals. I've done this after eating dinner again because I'm an idiot. I really should learn to just do this when I get in. Gonna send the Hellions up to both cell Nagas and then regroup them at the natural. However, ViOLet getting a good read on everything at the moment, has thrown down a Spine Crawler and has got an extra queen out at the moment. Yes, that is an extra queen. So it's just going to bring them down here, do a bit of poking. Hellions won't be able to get too much in, especially with the Spine Crawler finish now. They could go for a run by up here, but with some Zerglings coming up now, he's going to need a few more Hellions. It's going to go up to 6 Hellions now actually, so wanting to carry on with this Hellion push. And usually players will stop at around 6 to 8 Hellions really. Now, I actually missed that. It's going to go into Banshee, because Terran can do whatever they like. They build one unit and then go, you know what, I want different tech. So going to go into a Banshee as well as the Hellion opener. Going to do a lot of damage to ViOLet if he doesn't react properly. He's going to kill off a lot of these Zerglings without losing the Hellion. So good job in keeping that alive. A macro hatchery thrown down in a slightly peculiar location. with this Evo chamber being thrown down here at the same time, does create a smaller avenue for the Hellions to go by. These Zerglings here, the Spine Crawler and the Queen here, and actually going to be a second Spine Crawler here. These Hellions are very limited in their manoeuvres now. Zerglings are going to come and try and get us around. We'll pick off one Hellion, should probably get a second one. No, MarineKing Prime keeps that alive, and that's why he's top GSL. Still keeps that Hellion alive, because why not? Every unit counts. There is a Banshee. I swear he built a Banshee already. There is a Banshee somewhere. I'm just being completely blind, and if it's attacking right now and I'm missing it, I'm very sorry. It's not. There it is. It's sat at the natural. Not sure why. Could go out and do a bit of pokey pokey, but I actually just said pokey pokey. Why not? MarineKing gonna throw down in this third CC right now. Zergling gonna try and come up here. We'll get a scout on the two Banshees here. So Spore Crawler coming up for ViOLet straight away. So these Banshees now are very limited in what they can do. They don't even have a cloak at the moment, so the Queens can deal with them by themselves. But Spore Crawler's actually a bit of a commitment by ViOLet here, throwing down 5 Spore Crawlers. Not completely necessary. Mind you, he doesn't know the Banshees don't have cloak, so if he knew they didn't have cloak, he probably would have just thrown down 1 or 2 Spore Crawlers, maybe 1 at each mineral line, just to keep them safe. We see MarineKing going to go up to a third orbital, throwing down the double engineering bay, going to get heavy on those upgrades straight away. Tanks and Marines coming out with a Viking at the same time. Going to do a bit of damage here. Going to pick off a few of these creep tumors. Just going to deny any creep spread. It's very good to deny it to the third, because that way the Zerg really has to put more creep tumors down, and basically their third base is just shut off from their second base at the time. I mean, yes, it's always nice to pick off creep tumors that are this way, but keeping it away from the third is always nice as well. So we're going to see MarineKing just pumping out Marines at the moment. Obviously his trademark unit. We're going to see the Hellions poking at the front, see if they can do any more damage, and the Banshee's just going to fly around and see what they can find, if they can find a vulnerable spot anywhere. However, with the 5 Spore Crawlers that went up, they're not going to be able to do a huge amount of damage here. Queens are going to start poking them away, along with the Zerglings here. And MarineKing's actually going to go back for another poke, see if he can pick off one of the Queens. Keeps almost all of the units alive. We'll start to lose these Hellions now. This Banshee's like the luckiest pilot in the world. She's got to be very happy with herself. MarineKing excellent control to keep those units alive as long as possible. Spy are going to come up for ViOLet right now, along with the Baneling Nest. They're going to go and transition into the Muted Bling style, which obviously is pretty effective against her, and we all know that. MarineKing going to deny the third for now. We'll just be able to keep ViOLet on 2 base. He does have that macro hatchery up, but only has the income of 2 bases. And MarineKing's actually going to go out and take his third right now. He's going to have to get rid of the Zerglings first. They're going to be a little bit of a nuisance and just stay in the way. But tanks and Marines coming out for MarineKing hasn't actually started. There we go. As soon as I say that, he starts siege tech. So we're going to see medevacs coming out of the. Well, he's now switched it over. So the tech lab's now on the barracks and a reactor on the starport. Going to throw down an armory, so going to go up for the extra upgrades. A lot of mutants have actually come out straight away for ViOLet. Going to see if he can poke around, do a bit of damage. Missile turrets are going to start coming up for MarineKing right now. And the mutants are going to see if they can find any. They can actually pick off these add-ons here, and this is such a nuisance, especially if he can deny combat shield right now. Even if he could deny the siege tech, that would be absolutely huge. It's going to go straight for the tech lab, as you can see it's researching. Going to pull SCVs to see if he can save it. He's losing 1 muter. He's trying to pick off the tech lab, he can't get it. There he goes, there he gets it. Does lose 1 or 2 muters there, but not a huge deal. He did deny combat shield, which is going to help with the muters against the Marines so much more. Now MarineKing's going to have to replace that tech lab and going to have to start combat shield all the way again. And it was at about 50% when it got cancelled. But a lot of links coming up now for ViOLet. Not many more muters coming out here. Going to morph in 19 banelings right now. Centrifugal hooks coming up. Yes, it is centrifugal. It's not centrifugal, or however the Americans say it. It's centrifugal. Trust me, I'm English. But finally going to come in here, see if he can actually pick off the siege tank. That's in a very open position there. Marine's going to stim him, see if they can take out these mutas, and they are going to get all but one of the mutas. Can he get the last one? No, he can't. But that really wasn't very cost effective there. He's now down to just that one Mutalist right now. But a ton of banelings are coming in, and they're going to do so much damage to these Marines if MarineKing can't split them. However, we have seen MarineKing split in the past, and let me just say, MarineKing split is insane. We're going to see it now. He's going to bring the banelings in, going to split the Marines straight away. The tank's sieged up, but they're a little bit too late. Going to get swarmed by the Zerglings, and a lot of the banelings are taken down, but there's still a lot of Zerglings around at the moment. Going to go straight for the throat here. And ViOLet's going to do a lot of damage. Going to take out the bunker straight away. Zerglings swarm, take out the Marines that are inside it now. Banelings just rolling around, see what they can find. A lot of Zerglings in the mineral line right now. They're going to do a ton of damage to these SCVs. More Zerglings going to come here. Going to pick off these two tanks possibly. Yes, there's a couple of Banshees in the air, but they don't have the DPS to take out this many Zerglings. We'll pick off another siege tank on the ramp, and we'll eventually die to some extra Marines coming from the main base. But he's got more Zerglings in the mineral line of the third, and ViOLet's doing so much damage to MKP's economy right now. He's denied mining on the natural and the third for so long. Does pick off a missile turret here, and we'll pick off an extra SCV as is produced. Two Banshees going to come in here, going to pick off the last of these Zerglings right now. And ViOLet's just going to... Oh, can he actually get that SCV as well? Yes, he will. He's going to deny the 4th CC coming up as well. And already has a lot more banelings and a lot more Zerglings morphing in right now. 11 mutas coming up as well. I want to carry on with that style here. Not going to be transitioning into any hive tech just yet. Does he actually have an infestation pit out? Don't think he does. No, he doesn't. So he's not going to get any infestors, and he's definitely not going to go up to any hive tech anytime soon. But ViOLet with a nice supply lead. How many units are actually killed in that attack? I can't find out what the tab is. I don't want that one. It's going to be embarrassing. Units killed. Control R every single time. 37 workers killed by ViOLet so far. And he's going to come in and see if he can take out any more. He's going to swarm the tank straight away. Baneling's coming in right now. Marines coming in, but they're in completely the wrong position now. Baneling's going to roll straight into them. But look at that split by MarineKing. Keeping so many of those Marines alive for so much longer. Going to pick them up in the medevac as well. But the mutas are there to swarm in and take out as many of these units as possible. More Zerglings coming in right now. MarineKing's in a lot of trouble. He's going to have to react very well to hold this right now. Zerglings coming in. Going to take out more SCVs and more Marines. This one muta is going to take out that Marine by himself. There's so many medevacs, but they've got nothing to heal. They're going to heal these two SCVs, and surprisingly, they don't die. Well, what do you know? A couple of Marines here, but there's just so much stuff in MarineKing Prime's base right now, and ViOLet is looking very strong right now. Oh, superb positioning on the tank. The Zerglings can't get there, but the Zerglings are so close the tank can't actually fire. But doing a lot of splash damage to the SCVs. So many have been killed right now. And ViOLet is just streaming in more reinforcements. We can see more units coming across right now. He has actually taken his third, but he hasn't put any workers on there. He's down to one mineral patch. I'm wondering if he just thinks he's won this, so he doesn't need to bother about macro anymore. But MarineKing is going to fight him back. He's going to carry on mining on his natural right now, as well as the third. He has got actually a stronger economy than ViOLet right now. Calling in those mules here, and his minerals is going to shoot up so far right now. We'll check this out. 820, 860, 1000, 1300, 1600, 1700. Yep, that's mules for you. I think this was before. Oh no, that was only affecting the gold base nerf. Don't worry, ignore me. MarineKing now gonna see if he can scramble back into this game. He's about 20 supply behind at the moment. Morling's gonna come into the third base of MarineKing right now. And whilst the tanks are in good position, the Marines are very well backed up because there's no banelings here. The mutas and the lings are going to pick off a few more, and there's still so many Zerglings here. Didn't really pick off too many though. When we look at the units lost tab, it's 59 workers killed for Empire ViOLet. Doing a ton of damage to MarineKing. Finally going to move his workers down to this third base to keep up with his economy. Excuse me. Creep spread is actually pretty poor. I mean, this creep should be way past the halfway mark right now, and it definitely should be carrying down this avenue. He has pushed MarineKing back to his base the entire time, and that Mutalisk is still alive. He's pushed MarineKing to his base this entire time, yet he hasn't bothered to take either this expansion or this expansion up here, hasn't put any more creep tubes down here, and MarineKing should actually be very lucky. He should be thankful for the position he's in at the moment. He could be in such a worse position. Going to pick off an Overlord for free, not a huge deal. Marine's just going to scout around and see if they can find any weak targets by themselves. We'll get caught out of position here by these mutas and lings. Going to see if he can start a step away. Going to lose a ton of them. Going to lose all the medevacs as well. Ooh, 3 Marines get out of there alive. Gonna send a small force down here to see if he can equal the damage here. He's gonna kill a few of the drones, but just gonna stim and take out this hatchery. We want to pull back straight away before he gets caught out of position by these lings. MarineKing now evening up a bit by taking out that third base. We'll try to take out these cocoons, but they have a ton of armor and Marines do no damage to them. It's the only thing Marines can't kill quickly. Mute is in the base of MKP right now, going to pick off a lot of these siege tanks if Marines don't come out very quickly. Going to pick off at least 1 and 2 and 3, and we'll pick off these Marines as well. And more Marines going to come in, going to push these Mutas away now, going to lose 1 straight away. But again, he's denied so much mining at this base here. The Zerglings will die here, but MarineKing actually holding on very well here. Usually you'd see that much economic damage done and the Terran would just GG straight out of there. But MarineKing has still managed to keep it in there, kept up an army, and supplies are actually really even at the moment. 2 Thors going to come out now to deal with the Mutas here. And some Marines going to stim forward, see if they can take out any creep tumors. Should be a scan coming down anytime soon. We'll pick off a couple of the Overlords, and there's a lot of Banelings, and the Zerglings coming in. Oh, huge hits from the Banelings here. The split wasn't as good as it could have been, but they were surrounded by the Zerglings here. And this entire attack is just being completely pushed back. Mutas will pick off a couple more of these medevacs right now. And it's so huge to lose these medevacs, because not only are they expensive, but they lose the energy that's been stacked up on them. Marine's going to come in here, see if they can push out these Mutas, and with the addition of the Thor, the Mutas are going to have to be pushed back right now. And ViOLet's in a lot of trouble actually. Hasn't been keeping up on injects at all. This queen's on full energy. This queen is almost on full energy. There's no queen down here. ViOLet's macro has been slipping so far behind. That's why MarineKing has been able to keep up in this game. His macro has been leagues ahead of ViOLet's in this game. Whilst yes, ViOLet's done a lot of damage, he has pushed MarineKing back to 3 base and kept him on those 3 bases the entire time. ViOLet hasn't capitalised on that. Yes, he sent a good few attacks, he did a lot of damage to the workers, but if he doesn't macro behind it, he's not going to get the lead that he should have. And he is actually going to lose a couple more Mutas here as they fly into the base, but there's already missile target and there's not many SCVs to actually pick off. We'll try to pick off a medevac here, but it's going to lose them to these Marines, and that's just so careless by ViOLet. These Mutas are so important. It's going to lose a lot more to those Marines, down to 2 just here. Obviously there's this one here somehow. ViOLet's actually going to GG out that game. Well played by MarineKing, but as you can see, macro is just so key in these games. It doesn't matter how much damage your opponent does to you, if they can't capitalise on it in their own base, they might as well not done any damage. Because MarineKing's macro was so much better than ViOLet's, he was able to keep up with him and eventually take the win. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and if you want to see more of this, then please subscribe and like and all that good stuff, and I will see you guys next time.